We are now on air. Time for a total takeover.
It's finally here. Welcome to a new episode.
It's about to go down.
Good morning, everybody. It's yours truly, Dan Adams, a.k.a. the Soulful Conservative, the DA and the prosecutor. And I tell you what, for those that know me and how I do these things, usually it's pretty much off the cuff. I don't have anything prepared, and whatever flows out of my mouth is just a direct tunnel from what's flowing through my head. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know where to begin this morning, don't even know where to start, and I'm just going to go ahead and I guess reach out to my inner Vince Lombardi and ask the question.
What the hell's going on out here?
What the hell is going on out here? First of all, ladies and gentlemen, let me give honor to God and to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for allowing me to see another day, for allowing me to rise up out of my bed, for allowing me the capability and ability to walk, talk, see, hear, speak, and everything else. Because without their mercy and their grace, I wouldn't be coming to you right now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, usually I come with video today in this day and age of social media and things of that nature. You know how I roll. But today I'm just not in the mood to be looked at, viewed, seen in a manner of my normal process of doing these particular podcasts and video podcasts and things of that nature. So I'm coming to you straight audio this morning, and it's almost poignant that I am because of the somber mood that I am in this morning. And before I started recording this, I was listening to the local sports radio station, and I just heard the horrific news of Aaron Hernandez hanging himself in prison. That's right. Aaron Hernandez, who was on trial, who just recently got off of that double murder charge, but nevertheless in prison for murder, was found hung in his cell, and that is it. I don't know much more else I can say on it, but condolences to his family. Just as they said, wasted talent. He had everything right in front of him as far as his future. He had all the talent in the world, and unfortunately, when you live the life that you live, coming into having an opportunity to play at a level that he did and have the money right in his hands that he had, not being able to brush off his shoulders his past, which ultimately led to the events which put him in prison. It's just a sad situation, ladies and gentlemen. And we have another sad situation. On the way home, heard about the horrific shooting in Fresno of a particular black gentleman. And I'm not trying to bring out his race, but unfortunately, that's what's going to be remissed in regards to how it's being handled and reported by the liberal leftist numbnut moonbat lamestream media. And it's not even his race, ladies and gentlemen. It is his faith, his religion that he held so dear to him. But with the external factor of him being black and us finding out through his Facebook post that he hated white people, so we have a black Muslim who hated white people, targeted white people just because they were white people. Now, I don't know how Black Twitter, Black Lives Matter, and just ignorant black folk in general are going to handle this incident. But I know how the leftist, liberal, numbnut, moonbat, lamestream media is going to handle it, because I've already seen it. I've already made an example of CNN's reporting of this horrific incident, saying that this black Muslim disliked, ladies and gentlemen, in quotes, disliked white people. No, CNN, as I stated on social media last night, he hated white people. He called you the devil. So, how are you going to report on that? How are you going to spin this? There is no spinning in regards to who this man was, what his intent was, and how it is framing and once again showing the world, setting the example of how Islam, ladies and gentlemen, is not the religion of peace. Never has, isn't, and never will be. And I'm not trying to pump and puff my chest out as a Christian, but when is and where have you, and ultimately maybe not even a handful of incidents in my lifetime, and probably your lifetime, and probably your mother and father's lifetimes, and maybe their mother and father's lifetimes, where you've seen almost on a daily occurrence across the globe someone who hails themselves as a Muslim goes and does and perpetrates acts of terror, all in the name of Islam. So, ladies and gentlemen, stop trying to fake the funk. Stop trying to act like Islam is the religion of peace. That we need to stop, characterizing this entire religion because of the acts of a few. Well, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not going to speak on this much longer. But when you have the horrific acts of a few not being shouted from the mountaintops from the majority as it being not the accurate interpretation of our faith, then what does the rest of the world, what me as an individual who is not a Muslim, how am I supposed to look at you and your faith when you have acts of terror being perpetrated by those who claim themselves to be a Muslim just like you? So until I see a movement within the Islamic community condemning these acts of terror, then spare me the crocodile tears, spare me your tissue paper feelings, go cry me a river, because I don't want to hear it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we got and received news in regards to Steve Stevens, the Facebook killer, as he's being touted as. He's dead. He's gone. He punked out like most of these cowards do. Punked out and killed himself. Now, for a lot of us out here, we're thinking, hey, he's going to save us the taxpayer money in regards to trial, lawyers, judges, and everything else. But I'm thinking to myself, wow. Whatever was going on in his mind at the time, that he took the life of an innocent man on Easter Sunday, why was it that he felt the, I guess, gumption to take his own life when pursued by authorities. He was the ultimate authority in how this innocent man's life was taken, but yet he took out the only option for the rest of us in regards to justice by taking his own life. But as a lot of us have said, we don't have to worry about the taxpayer and taxpayer expense having this animal go through a trial. And ladies and gentlemen, I posted last night, and I did not want to call out this individual, but I needed to do so, and just to make a point to show this person, ladies and gentlemen, that the ish that comes out of a certain segment of the population, and that includes black people, white people, anyone with an ignorant mind state of, and you can see it in my post on social media last night, where Black Lives Matter on Twitter basically almost not defending Steve Stevens in his action, but making excuses for Steve Stevens, talking about it's Trump's fault, it's the government's fault, the government was behind it. Really, ladies and gentlemen, really, we have gone to that extreme. And this is why I started off calling and summoning my inner Vince Lombardi.
What the hell's going on out here?
What the hell is going on out here? I don't care what side of the aisle you may venture down. If you have within your being, within your thought processes, within how you operate as a human being, ladies and gentlemen, to take it to the level that these individuals take it, making excuses for Steve Stevens, calling out and saying that it was Trump's fault. Really? Really? The man already has the Never Trump crowd, the liberals and leftists and Democrats, and anyone else who does not like this man, hammering away at him on a daily basis. But then you got individuals blaming him for a horrific murder perpetrated by a lunatic. So if this is where you're going to take it, ladies and gentlemen, if this is where you're going to take it, then obviously I have no other alternative but to call you out, put you on blast, make sure the world sees who you are, and what you stand for. And I'm going to try and do it, ladies and gentlemen, in the most calm manner that I can possibly do it. Because I don't want to be seen as that angry black man going after with assault-like precision ignorance. And I mean the ignorance that I have seen since Donald J. Trump has become president. I can't even explain the level of ignorance that is on display. When you have Maxine Waters, who from day one, after the election was done and over with, was already calling for the impeachment of President Trump, goes on MSNBC and says she has never called for the impeachment of Donald J. Trump. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you exhibit A, B, C, all the way up through Z that just happened this past weekend.
I don't respect this president. I don't trust this president. He's not working in the best interest of the American people. His motives and his actions are contemptible. And I will fight every day until he is impeached. Impeach 45. Impeach 45. Impeach 45. Don't forget who he is. He's shown us what kind of human being he is, and he is not going to change. Ladies and gentlemen, my millennials, stay woke. Thank you. Go ahead, impeach 45.
So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another example of ignorance. Being a complete and utter numbnut moonbat liberal. Lying through her teeth. And she is such an individual where I guess she's a psychopath in the aspect of she is believing her own lies. And that is what they do on the left. Me, on the other hand, I can't speak for anyone else on the right, but for me, when I make a mistake, if I happen to lie or say something that was a falsehood, I am the first to, number one, call my own self out, apologize for that transgression, and hope to not make that transgression in the future. But no, these people on the left have no conscience. They don't, because they will do and say whatever in order to put them in a better light. But yet, I guess I honestly, I guess when you're at that age and when you have lied, when you have cheated, when you have done everything within your power to discredit, to demean, to make the individuals on the opposite side of the political spectrum look like the devil, then I guess sometimes karma sometimes smacks you right in the face. But in this case, with Maxine Waters saying that she has never called for the impeachment of Donald J. Trump, but yet we have audio, video, evidence of her doing it darn near on a daily basis, and her denying that she has. And she is supposedly a leader within the Democrat Party. Then what in the world are we on the right or in the middle, or maybe who's doesn't even have a political affiliation whatsoever? What are you supposed to take from that? I'm not saying that those within the GOP are not too far away from the actions of one Maxine Waters. But ladies and gentlemen, where do you see the level that it is taken to than those on the left? You don't see it anywhere else. You won't see it anywhere else. They are in desperation mode. They've been in desperation mode since November 8th of 2016. And now, with them trying to implant some 30-year-old Hollywood upstart in Georgia, which went over like a lead balloon, failing miserably, where do they go from here, ladies and gentlemen? I guess they're going to continually showcase their ignorance. And it's just going to make it an easier case for those of us on the right to show some of these undecided or maybe ill-informed, uninformed, misinformed individuals of how the left operates, how the left disseminates their information to the masses, and how they behave as human beings. You don't really have an option at your disposal to, I guess, and the word I'm trying to think here. You can't, ladies and gentlemen, when you see examples of how the left operates, if you can't, and I'm sorry, if you're a Democrat and you're listening to this right now and you support Maxine Waters and you support Nancy Pelosi and you support Chuck Schumer, then there's really not much I can do for you. All I can do is just pray for you. That is all I can do. And point out the behavior that is being put forth by the leadership within your party. But for an individual who is on the fence, for an individual who hasn't made up their mind, I am trying to showcase the unbelievable, and I mean unbelievable behavior coming from the Democrats in this country. I can't speak for any liberals in other countries. I mean, I've seen examples of how they roll, and it's not too far off from the liberal, leftist, numbnut, moonbats here in America. But all I can say is this, ladies and gentlemen, and I am about to end this edition of the Dan Adams Show. There will be no morning and no evening. There will just be Dan Adams shows. Okay? When I do it is when I do it, and that's it. But as I end this edition of the Dan Adams Show, I am hoping and I am praying for serenity now to happen across our country, for serenity now to happen across the globe, for that matter, for serenity now, ladies and gentlemen, to infiltrate the hearts and minds and souls of the ignoramus, and I mean ignorant individuals walking the face of the earth. Until next time, may God bless you and yours. May He keep you and yours safe, ladies and gentlemen. Hoping that today, maybe we can go a day without someone losing their life. Maybe we can go a day without having to deal with politics that is unfortunately shaping and molding the future of America. Maybe we can go this entire day, maybe, ladies and gentlemen, just giving God the glory. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, God bless you and yours. May He keep you and your family safe. Peace and blessings.
This is a Fox News alert. I'm Dave Anthony. He went from an NFL star to a convicted murderer to being dead in prison. Aaron Hernandez apparently killed himself, and Fox's Tanya J. Powers has the just breaking details live.
Dave, the Department of Corrections says Hernandez hanged himself with a bed sheet in his cell. He was found about 3 o'clock this morning. A statement from the former New England Patriot had also attempted to block his door. A statement says that he had tried to block his door from the inside, jammed it with various items. His death comes 5 days after he was acquitted of killing 2 men in Boston in 2012. However, he was already serving a life without parole sentence for murdering Odin Lloyd in 2013. State police are investigating Aaron Hernandez's death, and his family has been notified, Dave.
Tanya Hernandez's former team, the Patriots, will go to the White House today. President Trump congratulating them on the Super Bowl win.
Let me tell you this. There is no doubt that
John Ossoff's supporters were hoping that he would win the 50% he needed, but the voters instead chose otherwise. A special election now goes to a runoff in Georgia's 6th congressional district. Fox's Rachel Sutherland live in Washington.
Dave, the political upstart got 48% of the vote, just shy of that 50% threshold.
this is already a victory for the ages.
That means the Democrat will face top Republican vote getter Karen Handel in that runoff election in June.
We cannot let an untested, unproven, inexperienced ally of Nancy Pelosi steal a seat.
President Trump, who threw his weight behind Republicans, tweeted this morning, "Big R win with runoff in Georgia. Glad to be of help." Dave?
Rachel, Fresno, California police say race motivated Corey Ali Mohammed's shooting spree. That the black gunman wanted to kill as many white people as he could. He got 3 before he was arrested, and he yelled, "God is great," in Arabic when he was arrested. Fox News Radio, fair and balanced. Again, our top story just developing. Aaron Hernandez, former NFL star with the New England Patriots, found dead this morning in his prison cell, hanging from a bed sheet. This just days after Hernandez was acquitted in a double murder trial, but he had already been convicted of a murder in 2013 and was serving life in prison without parole. The Patriots go to the White House today to celebrate their Super Bowl victory.
We believe jobs must be offered to American workers first. Does that make sense?
President Trump in Wisconsin pushing changes to a visa worker program. He wants merit-based, not a lottery, allowing in skilled foreign laborers.
President Trump returned to Wisconsin for the first time since taking office and touring Snap-on Tools world headquarters here in Kenosha, then signed a Hire American, Buy American executive order.
With this action, we are sending a powerful signal to the world. We're going to defend our workers, protect our jobs, and finally put America first.
The order also cracks down on immigration abuse and fraud and the H-1B visa program. Some supporters here outside Snap-on do welcome the president's efforts.
He supports the working class, and that's what I'm for.
With the president in Kenosha, Wisconsin, Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures rising a little before the opening bell. Now sports. Will Boston get bounced? The NBA's top seed in the East now down 2-0 to start the playoffs.
Look at this catch by Butler. Ooh. And he scores the basket.
Jimmy Butler scored 22 points to lead the Chicago Bulls to a 111-97 win on TNT. Toronto beat Milwaukee to tie that series. LA Clippers got even with Utah taking Game 2. In the NHL, the Blue Jackets avoided sweep.
Here comes Josh Anderson. Anderson trying to cut in. Fires a shot. Score!
Columbus beat Pittsburgh in Game 4 on FS Ohio. The Rangers tied their series with the Canadiens. The Sharks got even with the Oilers. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News Radio.
Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you what we're going to do for you. We'd like to do one right now, a great song that is really going great guns. And here's his latest song that we like very much. And we hope you enjoy it.
Melodic, Loic, Nellis, ladies, fellas, that's who we are. All we ask is you to support it, but what's really important is that we gonna take you far. Away from what you're used to hearing, it involves your spirit. Go ahead and jump in your car. We came to inspire you.
Melodic, coming from Central New York State. Son of a preacher, mom was the ultimate teacher. Always dignified, never brushed to the side. Grew up in the school of hard knocks. Friends became enemies, enemies showed loyalty. Another unlikely irony. Par for the course, no remorse ever handed out. Sympathy was in the drought, and provide no doubt exaggerated. these dreams were confiscated. Knowing how long I waited to release these vocal gymnastics, not AI. Never talking about practice. This talent came from above. Now it's time to show some love.
Melodic, Loic, Nellis, ladies, fellas, that's who we are. All we ask is you to support it, but what's really important is that we gonna take you far. Away from what you used to hearing, it involves your spirit. Go ahead and jump in your car. We came to inspire you.
Many don't understand the unbridled passion we have for this thing called hip-hop. Many artists take this art form for granted, but we desire to inspire. Let's go.
Nellis, coming from the south side of Chicago, my mind was boggled. My past runs deep through the ground like fossils, and every obstacle that I could have, I toppled. Yeah, Mom was compassionate, concerned. Pops was aggressive, you could ask him, he was firm. But even with that balance, the home was broken. But I found my token, I'm overdosing off life, love, and lots of rhythm. I got to give them this optimism. Be more dominant, it's common sense. Each and every day, honor it in every way, conquer it until it forms a monument. This world is as simple as you make it. Time is of the essence, ain't no sense for you to waste it. So face it, we're here to erase all the garbage that you tend to hear. All you gotta do is lend your ear, and we gon' end your fear, baby. Yeah, your super friends are here. Melodic, Loic, Nellis, ladies, fellas, that's who we are. All we ask is you to support it, but what's really important is that we gonna take you far. Away from what you used to hearing, it involves your spirit. Go ahead and jump in your car. We came to inspire you. Come on, enter, venture through this adventure. Your ride is waiting right outside. No need to look to the rear. Feel free to be neutral. Park yourself for a second. Let's drive.
Breaking things down with the sound that amplifies. These words will harmonize. No need to revise any past statements. My dogs are still hitting the pavement.
And we are smarter than ever, harder than ever. We some honorable fellas. From PA to NC to Paris, we came to move all your bodies.
Haven't reached our fullest potential. Melodic, Loic, Nellis, sequential. Laid the foundation for this musical escapade. We desire to inspire.